What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Bright Pinstripes. And it has been an interesting week to be a Yankees fan. To say the least. It's been interesting because when I last left off, I had recorded my episode on, I believe, Tuesday. And so since then, it's been a bumpy ride, and it's been weird and mind-numbing and infuriating. And so we'll go through all of that. We'll go through an overview of what happened in the past week. We'll go through who's performing and who's not, and some other subtopics that I want to talk about. And so let's go through the overview. And this team in the last week or so has been, like I said, weird. When we last left off, we had lost to the Guardians 3-2, right? Whatever. Then beat the Guardians 4-2. Then the next day beat them 4-3, taking 2 out of 3. Perfect. We go up against Tampa. We lose 5-4. All right. We win the next game 3-2. Great. Harrison Bader came back in this series and looked amazing, and has. And then the last game, Yankees are up 6-0. 6-0. I'm thinking this game is in the bag. It is not only in the bag, it is in the bag, zipped and locked with chains. But apparently not. And they tie the game back 6-6. And now what most infuriated me was the play in extras. But we'll get to that later. I'll talk about that later. But eventually, Yankees lose 8-7. Garrett Cole pitched well until the 6th. And then fell apart. That was his worst outing of the year, and yet still he was doing fine. And that's more, I believe, a decision on Aaron Boone, which we will talk about later. And so we dropped 2 out of 3 to Tampa. And currently, we are playing Oakland. And first game, we win 7-2. Second game, last night, we get Aaron Judge back. He goes 0 for 3 with a walk. And we win 10-5. And now, currently, right now, as I am watching it, as I'm recording this, the Yankees are up 4-2 on Oakland. So I'm saying, I don't want to jinx it, but the Yankees just might have secured another sweep. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm going to call it. I'm just going to say it how it is and say it how I see it. Now, to the players who are performing and are not performing. My hot player of the week goes to Mr. Harrison Bader. Harrison Bader has been on fire since he's come back from the IL. And not only on fire, he has been like he was in the playoffs last year fire. Like, he has been on a tear. And nobody is even close to stopping this guy. It's literally what we saw last year in the playoffs. He's hitting home runs. He's not a home run hitter. And he's playing well defensively, which is what we brought him here for. And now, when you look at the Yankees with a healthy squad, you're saying, wait a minute, this team is good. Like, really good. It's just right now, we are playing horribly, 1. And two, we're just not healthy. But once we get healthy, I think I could confidently say that we will come back with vengeance and take this division. But, the Yankees are unreliable. What do you expect? My heating up player, who was once my hot player, is Gleyber Torres. Gleyber went through a bit of a cold stretch after the beginning of the year, but it seems like he's getting his timing back. It seems like everything's going his way, and I think Gleyber is gonna get back on the horse. Besides him, who I see getting hot, is Jake Bauers. And this is something I want to mention. When he hit that home run last night against Oakland, he has this Matt Carpenter type swing. Like his swing, if you look at it, it looks like Matt Carpenter's swing. And the funny thing is Jake Bauers is a left-handed hitter, outfielder, and he has power. And it's almost like Matt Carpenter. I don't want to say it is, but it's almost like Matt Carpenter 2.0, and I can see him heating up and starting to show some pop. Now, my going cold player might be a little controversial, but I'm going to say it anyways, and it's going to be Aaron Judge. Just because I've seen this before when guys, like when Aaron Judge and Stanton, well, everyone does this, but every time Judge and Stanton come off the IL, they are cold for a while. They're cold for about a week. You know, they might hit a home run here, home run there. But remember what happened in 2020? And yes, it was a weird season all around, but when Judge got hurt, he came off the IL, you know, he had 9 home runs. He was leading the league in home runs when he went on the IL, comes off the IL, and finishes the season with 9 home runs. So I don't expect Judge to be, you know, coming out the gates like crazy, but I believe he's going to be, I don't believe he's going cold, but it's just that I know he's going to start off this week cold. And I know that eventually he'll heat back up. And then my cold player, and he's been cold for a while, and I'm just saying it. I'm saying it now. Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks has been abysmal at the plate. Yes, he hit a home run the other night, but it was his first. He's been abysmal at the plate all year, and I don't know why they continue to play them. Play him. I don't understand why. And now for my pitchers, the hot pitcher, I would have to say, I'll start off like this. My cold pitcher have to be Cortez. Cortez has been not so nasty coming out the gates, and I think this is the pitcher that Cortez kind of is, unfortunately. I don't think he's this all-star. I hope he is. I really do. I hope that he comes back and is you know, firing on all cylinders, but I don't believe he's that player. I don't. My going cold pitcher would have to be Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes has been, again, abysmal. And yes, he closed out last night. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Clay Holmes closed out the 9th yesterday. I believe he closed out. Yes, he did. Yes. So he closed out the 9th last night. And I get it. He's our closer, but he's been bad. He's been pretty bad this year. I think also it's been Boone putting him in bad spots. But, you know, Clay Holmes just doesn't look like a closer right now. He does not look like a reliable one, at least. You know, it's not about, you know, it's not about his, how do I say this? It's not about his stuff. It's how reliable your stuff is, you know? Like Clay Holmes doesn't get hurt a lot. And you know, like the saying goes, availability is the best ability, but he is available but not reliable, and that's a problem, and that needs to change. Now, my going hot pitcher would probably, I would say Ian Hamilton. I like this kid, or you know what? No, he's gonna be my hot player. I like that kid, and he has been great out the gate. I believe he has been amazing and just doing his thing. He's just been doing his thing. And there's this new pitch now that's sweeping, no pun intended, sweeping baseball, which is the sweeper. And he has it. And it is absolutely disgusting. And I could see this guy being a part of this rotation and being a big part of it, kind of like a Michael King type pitcher. And I think he could be lethal. Going hot, or being hot, or going hot. Probably, I would say, I'm gonna go out on a limb, even though I don't like him, and I believe that he should not be up here. Clark Schmidt, I think he's gonna go hot. Had a good night last night. Didn't do fairly he wasn't terrible. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. He had a good night last night. For his standards, that was an amazing night for what he has done. But I think he's gonna go hot. That's gonna be a crazy prediction, but I am. Now, some of the things I want to talk about is that Tampa Bay game where we lost 8-7. Like I said before, this was a game where I thought when we were up 6-0, in the bag, locked, sealed, good. Got it good. I could have took a nap and woke up like, yeah, we won. But no, not the case. The Yankees lose this game. And I don't want to put all the blame on him, but Aaron Hicks has to be to blame. Aaron Hicks, in the 10th inning, was on third with 1 out. Torres hits a ground ball to the shortstop. Now, Aaron Hicks has 2 options. One, you gun home and get caught in a rundown and try to get Torres to third if that's possible. Or 2, you go back to third, you wait and hope that the next guy up will get Torres home, Obviously, he did not go with the latter, as Oakland now has runners at second and third with 1 out. Burrito, please do something. Or Boone, I wouldn't say take him out. Leave him in. You only gave up 2 runs. Hicks gets caught in a rundown, and it's like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Hicks gets tagged. He does get tagged, so he knew he was out. But the umpire was blind, and he did not see it. So it's like, run home, just go. Because if he was tagged out, the umpire probably makes some noise, or he'll make an emphatic arm swing, boom, you're out. He doesn't see it. He doesn't say he's out. So it's like, go, just go. Even if they challenge and they say, oh, he's out, what do you have to lose? If they don't, then you're scot-free and we can win this game. But Aaron Hicks lies down for 5 seconds, or for what felt like an eternity. It literally felt like he was laying there for 20 minutes. It felt like an eternity. And I'm like, run home, just go. He didn't call you out. Instead lays there until their catcher, whose name I'm forgetting right now, their catcher picks it up. I'm trying to remember. I'm really trying. What was it? It was something I cannot remember the name. But he lays there until their catcher picks the ball up and then starts to run, and obviously gets tagged out at home. It was, I could not believe it. And it was Benincourt, that's what it was, Benincourt, yeah, the catcher, Christian Benincourt. He waited for Benincourt to pick it up, throw it, oh my God, he had a chance to legitimately score, and no one was paying attention. Torres would eventually get to third, but nothing happened, and obviously we'd lose as Tampa would walk it off. That is a loss. That is the worst loss, period. That is the worst loss of the season, and probably will not be, because if we have a season like this, that is nothing compared to what we have coming forward. If this is the season we're gonna have, where we have to celebrate a sweep against the A's, I hope that's not the season we have, as they just took Burrito out. He had 4 and 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs given up, 2 walks, 3 Ks, off of 77 pitches. So they took him out. They brought in Jimmy Cordero. So we're going to see what happens with that, as I will keep that locked in. That Tampa loss will go down in history as just a bad loss. At least for this season, it's going to go out as a really bad loss. Now, I mentioned Aaron Hicks, and this is pretty much what I want to talk about, is that game. Aaron Hicks should not be playing anymore. I'm sorry, but Aaron Hicks cannot be playing for the New York Yankees anymore. I don't go against the guy personally. I don't ever do that, because I don't know him. He might be a great guy for all I know. He might be the nicest guy in the world, and that's great and all. But I'm past the point where we're going off of sentimental value. Like, I'm just done. I'm done with, sentimental value and, oh, he's our guy. I'm done. I'm done. Aaron Hicks has to go. And I get it. Oh, no one wants to trade for him. Eat the money. You are the New York Yankees. You are the New York Yankees. You are the second richest franchise in sports, or at least American sports. You can eat the money. You have money to spend for days. What is $10 million to the New York Yankees? We're talking about $10 million to the New York Yankees, who are worth like $6 billion. You're going to tell me they can't eat that money? They can. And even then, I would literally take Aaron Hicks for a bag of chips or a Big Mac. Like, that's like, literally, I'm done. I'm done, as now the bases are loaded for the A's, as they just hit. They got the second out, but they hit the next batter, and now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. This Yankees team needs to realize, or at least this organization and the upper heads need to realize, that Aaron Hicks cannot play baseball. And if they have not realized this by now, someone needs to be fired. And who is that somebody? Brian Cashman. It's got to be. I'm sorry, but it's just the reality of the situation. I'm done. I want to win a championship. I don't want to win hearts anymore. I want championships. I'm done. I'm done. I don't care how ruthless you have to be. Just give me a championship. Plain and simple. And maybe by the time we get to October and I'm talking about this, I'm going to look back and say, well, I was really stupid then. And I'm sorry, Brian Cashman, you're a genius. Maybe, But for right now, Brian Cashman looks like a fool. It's plain and simple. And now, the last thing I want to talk about at least that game, was the handling of the Garrett Cole situation. Now, in the 6th inning, Garrett Cole walks like the first 2 guys. Or he got the 2 guys on base, right? No outs. And I could tell, I'm like watching, and I'm like, he's done. Like, he's lost it. He needs to be taken out. Like, he's done. And I'm like, please just take him out. Please take him out. Like, I would never ask Garrett Cole to be taken out. That's my ace. But I could tell that he didn't have it. And I'm like, just take him out, Boone. Just take him out. I know he's your ace, but take him out. And Boone left him in, and he gave up a 3-run shot. I don't blame that as on Boone as much as I do I don't blame it as much as on Cole than I do on Boone, because that shouldn't have happened. Like, I could see he didn't have it. If I can see that, that means you can see that. But that's Aaron Boone for you. For the last 6 years that we've been with Aaron Boone, the last 5-6 years we've been with him, it's he takes him out too early or he takes him out too late. I rarely see a situation where it's like he takes a guy out too early and it works out, or he puts in a guy too early and it works out. Like, the one memory that sticks with me is when Aaron Boone in 2020, he put in Chapman in like the 7th inning of Game 5 of the ALDS. And I was like, no way he just did that. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And like, he had to get like 7 outs or 8 outs. I'm like, that's not happening. He's gonna, like, this is gonna blow up in his face. And then what happens? Mike Brasso comes up and hits a home run that ends up winning the game. I don't understand why Boone makes these moves. I don't understand why he makes these decisions too early or too late, but it's Aaron Boone for you. And I get it. Every team has their complaint about their manager. Probably besides the Astros who won the championship. Everyone's going to have complaints, but it's just the fact that it's been in the last 6 years that we've dealt with the same problems and nothing gets solved. Like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it should not be happening. Where do I see this team within the next week? I don't know, to be honest with you. If we take a look at the Yankees schedule, they have Tampa tomorrow. That's a 3-game series. They then go to Toronto, that's a 4-game series. Excuse me. It's a 4-game series. And then we play Toronto. We go to Toronto, and then we go to Cincinnati, and then we go to, we go back home and play Baltimore for 3, and then Padres come to town on my birthday too, and we play 3 with them. So, if I had to say what we go out of these games, I think we come out of these games ahead of Boston in the rankings. I think we go up a seed, but nothing more. I don't think we do much more than that, to be honest with you. I don't think we do much more than just go up 1 seed, or 1 position in the division. And I think we not even out, but I think we go out of this like 3 games positive, winning these games. I think we go 3 games positive. I think we sweep the Reds. I think that's a team that we can sweep, and I think we take 2 out of 3. Out of everybody else, I think we take 2 out of 3. Maybe Tampa, and we might just lose 2 out of 3 there. But yeah. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all those, YouTube, Spotify. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, peace.